If everyone, really quick, I believe for our chess team, the rings just came in. So
Special delivery.
special delivery. So we want to make sure they get their rings.
The group is going to be coming by in a minute, and they are wearing their rings.
They are wearing the rings now. All right.
Let's see. All right.
Once again, our national champions in chess. Let's give them another round of applause. National champions. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to our next item. Item number 6, Superintendent's Report. Mr. Limon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Also, I would like to just continue to congratulate Dr. C.M. Cash. As I told the students this morning, it's all a matter of making healthy choices now, developing good habits now, so that when you get old like I am, you don't have to take all the medication you have to take. So they're very proud of them that they're not learning at a young age what's the right thing to eat. At this time, we have the superintendent's report. We have the overnight trips scheduled. I'd like to inform the board. San Benito High School, the HOSHA 211 Leadership Conference, April the 14th through the 16th in Corpus Christi, Texas. Have the San Benito High School UIL Academic Team Regional Competition, April the 15th through the 16th in San Antonio. And have San Benito High School Business Professionals of America, their Leadership Skills and Computer Networking Technology Conference, May the 4th through May the 8th in Washington, D.C. We also have disbursements by organization. Would answer any questions the board may have on any of those items we just went over.
Any questions, board members? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to item number 7, our school construction report. Mr. Ramon.
Good evening. At the new elementary, ceiling grid has been installed. New work has begun. Ceramic tile work has begun. Electrical plumbing, HVAC is continuing. Work is continuing in the parking areas and in the roofing areas. Approximately 95% of all the sidewalks have already been completed. All the exterior doors and windows have been installed, and approximately 80% of the project has been completed. At Frank Roberts, we're late a month in requesting the proposal for demolition. We're going to be doing it this month. We're hoping to come before Building and Finance in May. And then for the actual construction, we will go out in May and come before the Building and the Finance Committees in June. The architect has been informed that the City of San Benito has informed him that the week of April the 25th is when they're going to be considering our application for variance for the parking area. And so we should be able to find their response before we make recommendations for the building, and which it was necessary for us to be able to do that. At the high school, work is still continuing. They basically have done, as far as tearing, they've done wing A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And now they're coming back and doing the final coat that they're put on that roof. And there are some items that they will have to wait until the summer, and I believe I already mentioned the windows will be one of those. The other one will be the lower section of the roofs in the cafeteria, because the units that feed that area go through the wall. They're too close to the roof, so they have to dismantle those units, turn everything off, dismantle them, then do the roof, replace what needs to be replaced there, and then put them back up. And so those are scheduled to be done in June. So the contractor really is hoping to finish by the end of July. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it by that deadline, but they're really working on trying to get all of that done. Are there any questions?
Were they working on the roof during spring break at the high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I heard that you said that they're looking to complete before school starts the next year?
Yes, sir.
Because I was hearing today that they were going to be working till November of next year, and I was like,
No, their actual contract is like October the 1st or something, but he's going to try to finish everything else before schools begin.
okay.
Any other questions, board members? All right, thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Ramon. All right, at this time, we'll move on to item number 8, action agenda. In order to promote efficient meetings, the board may act upon more than one item by a single vote through the use of consent agenda. Consent items placed on the agenda shall be marked with an asterisk. Consent items are items for which no board discussion is anticipated and for which the superintendent recommends approval. Prior to the time which approval of consent agenda is had, at the request of any member of the Board of Trustees, any item on the consent agenda shall be removed and given individual consideration. All right, under Business and Finance, item 11048-1, request for approval to authorize the superintendent to execute an interlocal agreement with Cameron County for paving and widening FM 732 in front of Angela Leal Elementary School. Consent. Item 11048-2, request for approval of bank depository contract. Question by Mrs. Rodriguez. Item 11048-3, request for approval of 2010-2011 budget amendments. Consent. Item 11048-4, request for approval of budget transfers. Consent. Under Curriculum and Instruction, item 11048-5, request for approval of the 2011 summer camp schedule. Consent. Item 11048-6, request for approval of the 21st Century Grant Funding reallocation for Cycle 6 grant. I'm going to question that, Mr. Lim. Under Administration, 11048-7, request for approval of board minutes. Consent. Item 11048-8, request for approval of the 2011-2012 school calendar. Consent. Item 11048-9, request for approval of SBCISD teacher appraisal calendar for the 2011-2012 school year. Consent. Item 11048-10, request for approval of teacher development leave for the 2011-2012 school year. Consent. Item 11048-11, request for approval of the Texas Education Agency low attendance day waiver for March 11th, 2011. Consent. Item 11048-12, request for approval of the superintendent's performance goals for the 2011-2012 school year. Consent. Okay. All right, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve items 11048-1, 11048-3, 11048-4, 11048-5, 11048-7, 11048-8, 11048-9, 11048-10, 11048-11, and 11048-12. Moved by Mr. Manuel Gonzalez, second by Mr. Tumberlinson. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, we'll go up back to item 11048-2. I believe, Mrs. Rodriguez, you had a question.
Mr.
what I noticed that on the depository recommendation, it's for Compass Bank.
That is correct. Compass Bank had the best proposal out of the three that were submitted.
And how convenient is that going to be for employees who live locally and the bank is close, the closest bank is McAllen?
No, the closest bank is right across Luby's on Business 77 here, right before, as soon as you go into Harlingen. Compass Bank is right across the street there.
Any more questions? Is that a motion, Ms. Rodriguez? That's a motion by Ms. Rodriguez. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Manuel Gonzalez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, I had just a comment. I wanted Mr. Limon to elaborate a little bit on item 11048-6. Mr. Limon?
Yes, sir. Mr. President, we received word, and Mr. Garcia, Mr. Garcia, if you come to the podium, please. And I wrote a letter, and we received word, and part of my letter says, we gladly receive the amount of $257,160 for our 10 centers. This is additional money that was given to us. Mr. Garcia, you want to share to us why the school program received almost or $250,000 more?
Members of the board, we were notified recently that we had met our objectives as far as the 21st century, 100% or better. Out of 45 school districts and charter schools across the state, we were one of 6. Apparently, there was over $1.7 million returned back to TA on grants that didn't fulfill their requirements. So the state decided to award those those grants that were doing very, very well and meeting their numbers and objectives. Out of the 6, only 5 in the state were funded additional funds. We were one of the 5 in the state, the only one in the valley. We were awarded $257,000 for this year.
Congratulations.
And it has to be used by when?
It has to be used by July, by the end of July. So believe me, we're going to use every penny of it. So,
Well,
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Jack.
All right, at this time, I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve this item. All right, second by Mr. Leal. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. All right. Okay, we'll move on to our closed meeting, item number 9, discussion under the authority of the Texas Government Code 551.071 for the purpose of a private consultation with board's attorney on any or all subjects or matters authorized by law, A, pending litigations, 551.074 for the purpose of the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee, A, report on personnel, B, superintendent's summative evaluation. It is 7:55. We are now in executive session. All right, it is 8:22. We are back from executive session. And we will go ahead and proceed with our agenda. Adjourned at 8:42 p.m. Thank you, everybody.